Hey guys, it's Supersonic here, and I want to do a quick super sketching video on how to draw Mega Man's head. So, the first step is drawing those blue squares that are raised above his helmet. The first one, which is more like a rectangle, is going to be drawn kind of like this to show depth. Kind of not exactly as straight on as the one below it, which is a square. I'm adding in some depth lines, kind of just to make it look a little bit better. Next, we're going to draw the actual helmet itself. So, starting a little bit lower on this top square, we're going to draw lines that kind of start to slope down. Then, right below the second square, we're going to put kind of like a V, because this, after bringing this line down, as with this one, chopping it off, we're going to do the same thing to this one and chop it off, and that's going to create the helmet for us. Next, we have this point right here, and that's going to be pretty much where the chin is. Kind of like that. It's going to be come in handy more so when we do the actual face, but still. Mega Man also has those kind of circular things on the sides of his helmet, so we're going to draw those in like that. I'll give him a neck because Mega Man needs a neck, so kind of just any way like that. Now we're going to draw the face, which is, as I said, could be the most challenging part. First, I'm kind of going to shade some of this in here, just to show some depth, and make sure that the proportions of his face are kind of even. Alright, pretty good. Then we're going to draw the eyes. So the eyes should be, obviously, on both sides of the face, pretty symmetrical to each other, so a little bit after this point, I would say. Like that. And a little black kind of line at the bottom to differentiate between the eye color and the white of his eye. Mega Man has kind of curved over eyes like that. So that's what it would look like, and we're going to do the same thing on this side. Keeping in mind symmetry and making them as even as you can. Like that. The nose. I've seen Mega Man's nose in a few different ways. I think I might kind of just do like that. And then a smile like that. I like that Mega Man. I'm going to color it in because I think it's worth coloring in. Kind of do a brief tutorial on that, I guess. The squares of his helmet, which were the first things we drew, are a lighter blue. And of course, because I did add in those kind of depth lines, you can choose a lighter blue for the top and then a darker lighter blue for the bottom, just to show more of like a depth. But I only have one shade right here with me, so I'm just going to use it. And his actual helmet is a darker blue. So I'll color that in. And depending on how good you wanted this to look or whatever, you could do some really nice fancy shading techniques with the colored pencils, but I'm kind of just coloring it in one color, because I think for this type of picture, with just the ink I used, it would look a lot better that way, and kind of for time's sake. But still, it's coming along. Like that. And again, this was Mega Man from, if it isn't obvious by now, kind of looking at him like, you know, directly, as if he was looking at us. So that's why I made some of the shapes like I did, like these top shapes and these, the kind of earpieces on his helmet. I think it's a good enough color for right now. His eye, the kind of color of his eye is kind of a dark blue, so I'm using the same as I did the helmet. These earpieces are kind of, I guess, a light blue as well. Again, I guess it kind of depends on the artwork and stuff, but this is kind of just, I guess, generic Mega Man, so. His neck and this little part of his suit below the neck is also blue, the lighter blue. And then his face is obviously a peach color. So let me color that in. Hoping I don't run out of battery. I should have changed my battery before I started doing this. Again, you could probably do some shading with the face too if you had different variations of peach coloring, but again, for my picture, kind of a monotone color is definitely fine. So we got that, and like that, before my battery dies, thanks for watching, guys, and hopefully I helped you learn how to draw Mega Man. Finn.